The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. Join us around the pit as we talk all things barbecue. Now here is your host, Johnnie Mags.
What's up, everybody? Coming to you live from the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe in Salem, New Hampshire. Welcome back to another episode of the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. I'm Johnnie Mags, that is Chrissy, and I'm home, Chrissy.
I know, welcome home. And welcome home, Miss Mary.
That's right.
She's beautiful.
Oh, she's gorgeous, isn't she?
Something about seeing her in the New England light. I got to tell you, I saw the photos while you were over there, and you sent me some.
Yeah.
But then the photos you posted when she came home, it's like she was meant to be here. She looks even more beautiful in your yard. Because we got the foliage already, the leaves changing color of the lake in the back. It's fantastic. She is gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Has your hunger gone down? I know we teased you pretty good last week when we were cooking on her.
I need it. We're going to have to do an on-location show so that I can come and sample her wares.
Let's just say I loaded up all the Yetis with them great Texas HEB prices. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Stock the freezers.
Smart.
Stock the freezers. Yeah. But today's show brought to you by Uncle Steve Shake. Uncle Steve Shake is incredible. The whole line, 12 incredible flavors. He uses the freshest of ingredients for every single flavor of shake, from the original to the Gator Shake to the competition line. Uncle Steve also has great customer service, which I saw firsthand when I was with him last week. He answers the phone. He is customer service. He will make phone calls just to double check your order. If something in your order is a little off, or he thinks, he'll call you up and ask, just because he wants to make you happy and satisfied with his product. Check him out at UncleSteveShake.com and also his Facebook page, Uncle Steve Shake Nation. Uncle Steve Shake, shake some on everything. Also brought to you by Two Guys Smoke Shop and TwoGuysCigars.com. Whether I'm barbecuing or not, I always keep the smoke rolling. Thanks to my friends at TwoGuysCigars.com. Today, I am smoking the Rocky Patel Sun Grown. Thanks to my friends at TwoGuysCigars.com, I get to smoke some of the best cigars in the world, and so can you. Just visit TwoGuysCigars.com for your perfect barbecue companion. That's the number 2GuysCigars.com. Also brought to you by Backline Fabrication and Backline Smokers. I have to change up this ad now because the old one really didn't do it justice. Ryan does unbelievable work. He'll have conversations with you on the pit you're building. He builds strictly one of pits. It's one of a kind. He will take your personality and add pieces to it, as can be seen on mine, that I had no idea was coming. And his smokers run flawlessly. You are literally sitting around waiting to throw the next split on. It runs so efficient. You have to cook on one to understand it completely. But check him out on Backline Fab on social media. Whether you want a comp pit to up to 1,000 gallon, he can do it all. Backline Fabrication, build what you want, not what you need. Also brought to you by MagnaChef Gloves and Freedom Gloves. Brother Alan Fonte knows a little something about fire management, being a Miami-Dade firefighter. These gloves are incredible. Custom built, these heat-rated Magnas up to 500 degrees. The Freedom Gloves up to 932 degrees. We literally took the MagnaChef gloves and brought out and held in our hands a lit charcoal basket, and not a flinch. Wow. They're incredible, made of food-grade silicone, dishwasher safe. Heat rated, like I said, 500 on the Magna Chef, 932 on the Freedom gloves. Check them out at magnachef.com. That's MAGNE chef.com. And at checkout, use code ROYAL21 for 15% off your order. That is ROYAL21 for 15% off. Magna Chef gloves. Master the fire. Also brought to you by CustomCuttingBoardsRS.com. Ian Hemming is building what I consider the Yeti of cutting boards. These cutting boards take an absolute beating from the standard countertop board, or how he refers to it as a dishwasher board, to the massive brisket board, 18 by 36 inches. Absolutely incredible. And the new pizza board for that perfect slice every time. Check them out at CustomCuttingBoardsRS.com. That's the letter R, us.com. Well, I'm excited about today and today's guest. This has been a long time coming in the works. We've had a few email mishaps, but we're able to finally get it done and scheduled, and also to thank him for, because folks, we are recording this a day early. Unfortunately, Chrissy has had a death in the family, so she is heading to Australia to be with family and all the services on all that. And our guest today was gracious enough to jump in a day earlier so we could get the interview going. But to Chrissy, my thoughts and condolences.
Thank you.
Everything to your family.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And take whatever time you need. We will be here when you get
You guys
back.
are already great. I will just quick shout out to Uncle Steve. Thank you for the swag that came home with Johnnie for me. And Junior Salinas actually reached out to me. He somehow heard on the grapevine and sent his condolences, so I just thought that was very sweet. The barbecue community, you guys are the best.
We try.
I appreciate it.
We try. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Pit Life Barbecue Podcast, one of the co-owners of Full Moon BBQ in Alabama, Mr. David Maluff. David, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing...
And my condolences to her and her family.
Thank you.
Have a safe trip and back.
Thank you.
For sure, for sure. So, David, you are the half of the team of owners of Full Moon BBQ in Alabama. Your slogan, I love. Best little pork house in Alabama.
And we are the best little pork house in Alabama. You can't put a name out there like that unless you back it up. For sure, and especially in Alabama. There's some heavy hitters down there, and Full Moon BBQ is right there at the top of the list. We try. It's about a passion of what you want to do with the barbecue business, and do it right, and don't cut any corners. And we try to put it out there every single day. For sure, for sure. So let's run quick back to the beginning. How did you get your start in barbecue? I know you've been in the restaurant culinary world for most of your life, I know, due to a lot of your heritage. Yes, that's correct. Back in 1995, my brother and I were working in Panama City at a restaurant, of course, several of them there. And we wanted to get back in Birmingham, and we wanted to get into our own business, of course. And we found out there was that little bitty barbecue restaurant on the south side of Birmingham, hole in the wall, literally. Cinder blocks. I mean, nothing fancy. It is down and dirty. And it used to be down the street from the projects in Birmingham. But you know, when you went by there and you ate there, and you fell in love with the food. And that's what we did. It's not about the look or the place or the surroundings. It's all about the food. And we loved the barbecue. We loved how they did it from scratch. And by God, in 1996, my brother and I took it over and ran with it hard because we loved the concept and we loved the food.
Now, just a quick little background on Full Moon BBQ. It was first owned and run by Pat and Eloise James. Pat James, better known from his defensive coach of the University of Alabama under Bear Bryant.
That's correct. Pat's got a long legacy of coaching behind him. Texas A&M, Kentucky, Oklahoma, ended up at Alabama, but he left a legacy behind in the coaching world on being a head defensive coach. So and he left a nice legacy behind with his restaurant that he built and started, him and his wife, Eloise.
Awesome. So when you guys finally took over, were there any hiccups you ran into, or did you kind of just take it in stride as it comes from the barbecue business?
I mean, honestly, the place, remember, you have to put this in your head. It's a cinder block building, about 40 seats, drive-through, doing about $6,000 a week, no nights, no weekends, no holidays. And that's not much business when we bought it back in 1996. But what we thought we could, if we love the food, as long as you build on that, we could build a reputation on quality and catering and building other restaurants. Our goal was never to keep one store. Our goal was always to build multiple units down the road. And if you fell in love with the food and we added on to it, and it's been unbelievable. I mean, we got the same seats today as we did, 35 years ago when they opened, and doing 6,000 a week. Now we're doing close to 35,000 a week in business, and haven't changed a thing. Same concept, same seat, same everything. That's how much we built our business in that one little location.
Oh, that's fantastic. Sticking with the roots.
And not change the hours or the holidays or the weekends. We're closed there, all that. So,
wow, that says something. That is absolutely wild on that. Now, from my understanding is you're really staying with the roots in all your stores, in all your locations, from the ones you have to your franchisees, but you guys are firm believers in sticking with the straight wood pits.
You know what? You have to stick with a wooden pit. People wouldn't understand what real barbecue is. That outside bark and the crunchiness of the ribs, and the chicken when you cook it on that wood-burning fire is priceless.
Yeah.
I mean, a true barbecue connoisseur would love eating with us because we give it to you straight like you would at your house, on hickory, on a charcoal pit. I mean, I love a smoker. A smoker is great if you got brisket, baby back ribs, turkey, cook things low and slow. But when it comes to true blue barbecue, like slab ribs or whole chickens or pork butts, it's priceless. Yeah. Delicious. I'm telling you, that outside meat is people to die for. And that's what they come and eat with us for, because of what they get. And they know the amount of time and effort and the cost of wood and maintaining the pit is very expensive nowadays.
Oh, for sure. So what would, if you don't mind me asking, what is, because we all in the barbecue, we all source wood however we can get it, from a regular business to I'm down and dirty, and I'll hop on the different chats in the Facebook Marketplace for people in the area, just have trees cut down and just looking for someone to come and get rid of them for them without having to pay someone to do it. And I'm like, okay, you got oak, you got apple, I'll be there. I might make a couple tricks, but I'll clean your yard out, and do that. What would be the cost of just the wood for the establishment, just to run it for, let's just say a year of wood cost?
It costs between $25,000 and $30,000 a year for the wood alone. That's just the wood alone.
So
you got probably about a 14-foot pit by 4 foot, and you got 4 doors on it. And when you fire up that pit in the morning and you're running it, 8 to 10 hours a day, I mean, it's putting out some smoke and putting out some aroma throughout the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
That you can't buy that advertisement.
Oh no, absolutely.
Put an aroma out there in the community that, unless it's true blue hickory wood burning pit with our product on it, it's a aroma that it's going to drive you in and you want to barbecue that day.
Yeah, I want to be able to smell the restaurant before I can see it. If you get to a barbecue restaurant and you don't smell wood. Okay, right off the bat, you got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Or see the smoke.
Or see it. You want it adds to the experience, the aroma, the visual of it. Heck, even walking up, I want to see a stack of wood somewhere.
Yeah,
a stack, or maybe a little peek behind, like a little slat in a fence with of the pit house, so you can see the pits going and just smell it, feel the heat almost. Mm-hmm. And that's just the full experience of barbecue. And it's, it almost takes on that romantic aspect of the food itself.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives you crazy before you walk in the restaurant because you know what you want.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Oh, that's awesome. So, wow. $30,000 just on wood alone. That's the passion right there in the forefront. We're giving it to you straight, and this is it, wood burning. Come on. So in the restaurants itself, I have a question. Obviously, the ribs, the butts, everything, the food. Can you tell me, because I am absolutely so inquisitive on this, Chow Chow.
The Chow Chow that makes our barbecue. There's barbecue out there. There's barbecue in every city, every state, every back road of this country. But you know what sets us apart? Is the Chow Chow. It's a spicy relish that goes on each and every sandwich we make and on every plate. And honestly, if you haven't tried it, I'm going to send you some.
Oh, thank you.
It will make a difference in anything you put it on. And we do real well with it. In the grocery stores, you've heard of Publix and Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah.
We're in all those stores. We're probably around 400 stores around the country. And they do, and people don't know, if people hadn't eaten with us, they see the word Chow Chow in our logo and they go, I'll buy it, I'll try it. And they fall in love with it. It goes to anything you want: fish, chicken, brisket, turkey. It's an amazing product that you put on a sandwich and you'll fall in love with it. And that's what the difference between our place and any other barbecue place in Birmingham. We've got a lot of great competition in Birmingham, just like Memphis. What makes the difference, everybody's got meat, bun, pickle, sauce. Sauce could vary, thin, heavy. But without that Chow Chow, we'll be just like everybody else. Yeah. But that Chow Chow makes the difference.
Now, is that something you guys created on your own, or was that something that was passed down from the James family?
That came from Pat and Eloise, and that's what sold me on the restaurant because, like I told you, there was a lot of good barbecue. And when I opened my sandwich up for the first time and I saw that yellow Chow Chow, I didn't know what was Chow Chow. I didn't know what it was, to tell you the truth. And I had to go back up to the window of the drive-thru, and I said, what in the hell is this on my sandwich? Because, they don't tell you what it was because they were just a mom-and-pop place. They put it on every sandwich. I go, I need some explanation. What is this on my sandwich? And then they told me what it was, and I tried it, and I fell in love with the product. You couldn't ask for a better product on a sandwich to complement what the hard work they put behind their barbecue.
Oh, awesome. You don't by any chance remember what that sandwich was that you had?
I bought a turkey sandwich that day. And I'm telling you, it enhances the pork sandwich I bought and a turkey sandwich that day like no other. It gave it a little spice, a little kick, a little crunchiness, and it was amazing.
Now, is it like a slaw relish mix, or
it's a relish. It's yellowish because it's a mustard base.
Okay.
And it's got it's very finely chopped cabbage and carrots and spices in it. And I'm telling you, people will order it by itself on extra on their sandwiches or on their plates because it makes a world of difference. It's once you try it, I promise you, I'll send you both some. You'll love it, and you got to get back on there and tell me what you think about it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. You know, because I've heard so much. The Chow Chow was on the top of the list, but I've also heard of your Alabama white sauce, and your vinaigrette slaw is absolutely over the top.
It is. I tell you, we brought on the white barbecue sauce about, I want to say, 7-8 years ago, and it took off like wildfire. And now, you know, it's got a little kick to it. It complements the food very nicely, and people love it.
Yeah,
they love it. I mean, I don't like a sauce that's too vinegary, or you taste that thinness. And mine's I'll send you. We have a kit that we sell on the internet. It's got a little white sauce, red sauce, Chow Chow in a packet, and people buy those all day long on the internet. And give them as gifts. And we'll send you a couple of those, but that and the marinated coleslaw is amazing because every barbecue restaurant has a mayonnaise-based slaw. You know, It's very cheap, chopped up slaw with a little mayonnaise in it, a little pickle. This was different. You know, this is shredded slaw, pimentos, and it has a apple dressing to it, vinaigrette, and it holds well, stays a long time, and it looks so pretty too, and it's delicious, and it's good for you.
So apple cider vinegar based.
Apple cider vinegar.
Okay. Which is right there on the top of the health part of it. So that's
yes, it is.
Yes, sir. Oh, that's fantastic. And back to the white sauce. I've always been a fan of the white sauce. Not necessarily like on chicken, I love it. Or I actually use white sauce as for my macaroni salad. I use it as a dressing for the salad because it's different than, like you were saying, that traditional mayonnaise-based macaroni salad. If you use the white sauce, it adds a whole different flavor to it, or even mix it in with a little bit of the mayonnaise because it gives you a little zing depending on what brand I'm using at the time or I have on hand. But everybody has it, tastes it, and goes, what is this? This is different because I'm not using I'm using the white sauce as a dressing for the macaroni salad.
It makes a big difference. I love when people step out of the normal and you're different. You know, like you said, you can go anywhere to get that mayonnaise-based slaw. You know, you can get that at KFC. I'm just saying there's nothing original. So, I mean, be different, be bold, and go out there and let your customers be the, you know, you can always change it. If it doesn't work, change it. But go out there and try it. And I love things like that because a lot of people use my white sauce as salad dressing now. Mm-hmm. You know, they use it to dip their wings in. It just goes over. It really goes across any food product you want. You know, if you're a dipper, you'll love it.
Perfect. Now, here comes the inner fat kid in me. Tell me about the Half Moon cookies.
Oh, the Half Moon cookies are a staple from day one. That Eloise, I tell you what, they did a lot of good things at the very beginning of their concept. They baked fresh, from scratch, chocolate chip cookies, and they dipped half of it in chocolate and Rober. Okay, then they freezed them, and they sold. Now we sell honestly close to 5 million a year, and they're delicious. We're known for cookies at our restaurant. And if you look back now, 35 years ago, no one had a cookie in their restaurant with barbecue at any other restaurant. So Pat Nelly was really a trend center on bringing a cookie to the product 35 plus years ago. And to this day, like anything, like our barbecue, we bake our cookies fresh from scratch every day and dip them and sell them. And it's just a staple of our eating at our restaurant. You have to go hand in hand. You got to get a Half Moon cookie with a barbecue.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm drooling again. It's fine. I'll try and keep it off the electronics.
Who doesn't like a chocolate chip cookie? Made from scratch.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I always got cookies and all types of whenever I'm at the pit, you know, the kids and the dogs know where to come because there's going to be snacks around.
Oh my goodness.
So as far as the restaurants and locations go, you have a couple yourself, but you also decided to go the franchise route. What made you want to go that direction of franchisees?
Well, I've always worked when I was a lot younger. I always worked with Wendy's, understanding the franchise, understanding how it works, and also been groomed from day one on how to grow your business. And my brother and I, you know, we didn't have a lot of money to grow our business. You know, we worked hard. We did real well in our restaurants. But, you know, you can't, you don't have we don't have a golden spoon there and go and grab $2 million, buy the property and open a restaurant. And so what we did was we have some very close friends and relatives of ours who we trained, worked with for years. They fell in love with the business and they wanted to open up some barbecue restaurants, and they've been very successful. And I said, why not? You know, and Birmingham's a big market. Alabama's a big state to grow. And they were willing to grow their business and work hard as I wanted them to. And they've done very well, very successful. And that makes you a big name for yourself. And they do real well with it because they get rich fast because they work hard and understand the concept, and there's no cutting any corners. And that's the people you have to get working for you when you do a franchise. Someone who represents your values, your passion, the love for the business. And when they do that, it makes you proud of what they're doing because they're building a brand for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. And now with the franchise, I found you have not just anybody, I suppose I don't know if I'm phrasing this right, can be a franchisee. You just don't come in with a bag full of money and got your own thing because you believe in your name.
Absolutely.
You know, Full Moon. So you want your franchisee to have a decent amount of skin in the game, getting into the franchisee position, because therefore they don't want to fail either, which is going to help you that you succeed along with them.
That's correct. I mean, you want someone who has your same passion and love for the restaurant business, and to be able to do it and grow their business, and it grows my business. When you got people who do things right, it's a win-win for everybody. And we've done well with franchising. There's no magic number, no amount of stores I want to have. It happens based on the time, the place, and if we're ready to grow. I don't care if you come with a bag of money. It's not the money that makes a restaurant. It's the passion and love that you have for your product. and you got to be customer savvy to understand making people feel good and making sure they understand your product and be proud of it. And they've done well, and I've done well with it.
Yeah, it's that old I call it the McDonald's theory. You know, everywhere you go in the world, no matter what, if you go to a McDonald's, you know what you're gonna get. You're getting the same flavor, the same everything. So with you and your franchisees, you're getting that Full Moon BBQ experience, whether you're at the original location or one of the many other locations you have. You're gonna walk through that door and get the same experience every time, which is on the customer level. It's that comfort factor. And that keeps bringing you back year after year, generation after generation. And that is just, my hat's off to you and commend you for that, for instilling the passion you have for Full Moon BBQ into all the other franchisees.
What's the commitment they take? Because, you know, the barbecue business is not easy. It's hard. It's long. It's understanding to be a pit master. It's understanding the meats and the temperatures and understanding the whole concept of all the products and execute that every day and have that passion every day for it. That's what creates the barbecue business.
Now, how many Full Moon BBQ locations are there right now?
Currently, we have 17 stores. We have 16 in Alabama and one in Madison, Mississippi.
Madison, Mississippi, okay. And one of the other fun fact here coming, Chrissy, you have a full restaurant in, if I believe, the University of Alabama itself.
Yes, we do.
Which is that's a statement right there. Roll Tide for sure.
Alabama is a big supporter of Full Moon BBQ, and we're a big supporter of Alabama. And it's been a great relationship with the university. And it's nothing we take for granted. It's like anything else. We have to, my brother's in charge of the catering, and my partner, Brian, in Tuscaloosa, they do a great job of understanding the needs of the university and athletics and execute whatever they want. And that's done well for us because my brother also does several other schools like Sanford University,
okay,
Alabama, Birmingham, the Blazers, UAB, and also Auburn Tigers. So he's done well expanding our brand into those schools. And we do a lot of catering with those schools, and because our reputation is great.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, I kind of have my notes all every which way. Please tell us about the potatoes.
The big bakers?
The big bakers, because they're not your average baked potato. If you go into a restaurant, and everyone picture in your mind right now, you get a baked potato. So, you know, I don't even know what you want to call it. 6 inch, you know, oval.
It's like a 50 count potato.
Yeah.
That 50 count means there's 50 potatoes in a box. The less count, the bigger potato. So we use, if the plate is, say, 10 inches round, our potato will go from one end to the other. It's close to 9 inches long. And it's huge. And it's full of yummy products like pulled pork, pulled chicken, turkey, brisket. I mean, whatever you want, it's stuffed with fresh cheddar cheese, butter, sour cream, bacon bits, scallions. It's fully loaded. And it's a sight to see when they come to the dining room. When people see it, they want it.
Yeah. It sells itself on visuals.
It sells itself. I mean, it's delicious. I'm telling you, I haven't seen too many people eat one by themselves. They're that big.
Challenge accepted.
I'm in. Where do I sign up?
But yeah, that was once I found he had those the bakers. The name had slipped my mind. But yeah, that's a rare thing in a barbecue restaurant too. You know, you might get a side of mashed from a restaurant here, a restaurant there, but you know, it's a lot of macaroni and cheese, greens, you know, corn, veg, you know, a mixed stuff like that. But for that size of a potato, and like you said, stuffed, bring a whole new level for new definition of loaded potato, for sure. That is tremendous.
Honestly, when you see it, they're delicious. They sell itself. When people see it, they all want a big baker.
Nice. Now you said you're using the wood burning, stick burning pits. Now
hickory wood. Only hickory.
Okay.
Down here in the South, it's the only wood you really want to use, and it makes a world of difference. You know, those other products you said like apple and cherry, those are nice, but you know, to be consistent, hickory. There's plentiful of hickory down here in the South.
Yep.
So
it's the location.
The only thing about it is when we have it stacked up outside of our restaurants, like you like to see, you said, people used to take it in the wintertime and take it home and put it in their fire. And they come complaining to me about the smoke in their house. I said, listen, I know you stole it because you're complaining about the smoke. That hickory, it will smoke immensely in your house and ruin it. So they'll never touch it again. I always tell people, you can take it, you're going to regret it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's all. Now, you were speaking to your brother, Joe. So he does a lot of the catering aspect of the business?
He's like the ambassador of our brand. He is he runs the original store that we have on Southside. And anybody who comes to Birmingham for athletics or for the hospital, they all go by and see my brother. And he's just a mover and a shaker. And he handles all of our catering, corporate catering. And that's what he loves, and that's what he enjoys doing, and he does a great job for us.
Oh, tremendous. Oh, I'm just... Now I wish I had more time when I was cutting, going through to have been able to stop and take it all in.
Next time you come through, you guys go by our store on South Side. Look where we started. And my brother Joe, like I said, he's the ambassador of the store, or Full Moon, to Birmingham, and everybody goes there. I don't care who it is. They go in there, and I'll tell you, anybody's who in the sports world goes by there, and they love going by there and seeing my brother Joe and eating with him.
Well, I know for a fact, and I've heard it numerous times from this gentleman, but Mr. Charles Barkley is a die-hard believer and lover of Full Moon BBQ.
Wow.
Charles is a big fan. We're a big fan of Charles, first of all, because he's such a class act. He's a straight shooter, if you don't know that by now. And he is he loves our product. And we've been dealing with Charles and when his mother was living and his brother 25, 30 years ago. They were eating with us. So it's been a great relationship, and Charles is like family to us, and he comes around often.
Awesome.
He's a class act.
Yeah, he is, for sure. And how does he do it? Man, if it's terrible, I'll tell you it's terrible. That's my best Charles Barkley I can do. But, David, I appreciate you taking the time. We're coming up to our time here, but one thing I definitely wanted to hit on is you and the whole line of Full Moon BBQ is very philanthropic.
Yes.
Can you tell us about some of the stuff you guys are involved in, but more so definitely your backpack initiative?
Well, let me tell you what. When we started with our one store, and we grew up in a church environment, we're Lebanese, and we always want to give back to the community. And when we had one store, we had 17 stores. We don't change our grassroots marketing. It's not marketing. It's what we've always been doing. But we call it marketing because that's what it goes under nowadays. But we always want to give back to the churches, the schools, the kids. We give back to people who doesn't have anything because we grew up not much in our pockets as well. And we've been very blessed and successful that we want to always give back to our communities. And this year we did a backpack. We started it 2 years ago, backpacks, and called Backpack Blessings. And what we did, we just don't do a backpack. I want to do a nice name brand backpack, Nike, Under Armour with a logo on it. And we filled it full of school materials for kids to go back to school because a lot of kids can't afford to get the school supplies and the backpacks that they need to give them confidence from day one. Everybody wants to fight in school about, I got this, I got that. Well, we want to help 100 kids every year when they go back to school feel confident. We put a gift card in there from Target or Walmart so they can buy some extra school supplies. We fill it up with pads, pencils, erasers, all the goodies that they need. We do a full moon gift card in there to take their family to eat at full moon. And it's about a $150 project that we do per backpack. And we give those away every year to the ones that are in need. And we're keen on that. And we try to grow that every year because it's very important to give to the underlying areas to make those kids feel good. Yep. And not always give to the privileged, give it to the underprivileged because, as you know, as I do, those are the ones who you don't have to be rich to be smart. You can be underprivileged and go be smart. So if we have it, we want to give it, and they love it. And we feel good about it.
Oh, that is tremendous, David. That is tremendous. My hat's off to you, sir, on that for sure. That, with the different groups we're involved in, we're always looking and trying to, help out wherever we can. Different charities, doing the cooking for them, and things of that nature. It's just a wonderful thing to do. To give back, to share the blessings that you have been given through life, to pay that forward to the next generation. And you're doing incredible work, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate you guys putting us on. And I'm going to send you both a flavor pack that has all of our flavors in there, and Chow Chow, and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much, and please give my special thanks to Annabeth for being. We've been so patient going back and forth to try to get everything scheduled. We ran into a period that you were on the road for quite a bit. Then we had a mix up in an email and all that. But please give Annabeth my best. It was an absolute pleasure working with her to get this done. She is a true asset to you. Absolutely, David. We will do it. Thank you so much, sir.
God bless.
God bless. Awesome, Chrissy.
Awesome.
Such a great guy.
Yeah.
So, it's the stuff he does there, like the backpack. It's not just
I
straight
know that
barbecue.
my cheeks are hurting from smiling. That's such a nice thing to hear.
He's brought that history of Full Moon Barbecue from the original roots to when him and his brother took it over.
Yeah, like the legacy.
And just kept it going.
Yeah.
This is what it is. I'm not going to come here and change the face of it.
Right.
It's been around this long. Yeah. Why? Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they've done it, and they've done great things. Now 17 locations and everything, the cookies, the sauce, the Chow Chow.
Oh, my God.
Staples. Yeah. Staples of the community and staples of the Full Moon Barbecue name.
I can't wait to try the Chow Chow.
Oh, it's good. I'm hearing it is incredible. You can eat it by itself. I've heard it's so good.
I was doing my research before the show. I'm like, oh, my goodness. I wish I could go down there now.
But awesome, Chrissy. Well, I'm back. You're taking off.
I know, but I'll be back.
Whatever time you need, honey. You just let me know. We
appreciate
got to run
it.
it. We got to run an old episode. We run an old episode.
We'll be back.
Your family comes first, honey.
We're all family.
Damn straight. But next week, we have Gabriel joining me from Meat and Bone out of Miami, Florida. Yeah. I've heard great things of them through Jonathan Carney of La Flor Dominicana, because he gets a lot of the meat he uses from them. I guess they're right down the street from where he lives. Yeah. He's spoken for the past couple of years great things about them.
That's amazing.
So I'm excited to speak with them. I'm excited to try their products, and but that'll be next week. Yeah. But that's it for this week, folks. Thank you for joining us. Catch the audio wherever podcasts are found. Catch the video on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. You'll have all our episodes right there at your fingertips. On social media, find all the links down below. Questions and comments, please send them to pitlifebbqpodcast@gmail.com. And like always, subscribe, like, rate, and review. Hit that share button. And until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.